I kind of enjoyed this movie. Hey, theBRUCE here, older brother of Deconstruction, back after like 5 months with my review of X2, X-Men United. It's not a good movie, but that opening is badass. I enjoyed the hell out of that opening.
Are you lost? Perimeter breach at visitors checkpoint.
Multiple subjects.
Mr. President, security breach. Jackie, leave. Let's get him out to the car. Exit's not clear. We don't know how many there are.
Post 5 secure.
There's something in the corridor. To the shelter.
This is one of the best openings in a comic book film, in my opinion. But things quickly fall off the rails. So you start with that badass opening, and then you go into the field trip of, because Xavier's Institute is a school, so you do a field trip. But you kind of don't really set anything up for these kids that you're introducing, or for who's already established, before you go into the news about Nightcrawler attacking the president. But you do have your little scene where you're setting up the eventual turn of Pyro toward the end of the movie.
I asked you a simple question.
Why are you being such a dick?
Yeah, why are you being such a dick?
Because I can.
Can I have a light?
Sorry, I can't help you out, pal.
John, knock it off.
Why don't you stop showing off?
Oh, for her? I can't help it if your girlfriend's getting excited.
I don't think she's getting excited.
All right. Don't get shook up. We're trying to have a good time here, all right?
I think you're the only one having a good time. Hey!
That's real cute, man.
What are you gonna do? Suddenly you're not so tough.
Which I do like that. Then you set up, Bobby being the wholesome person that he is. But then that's about it. Then you kind of set up Jean's Phoenix powers, which I won't. Then you go into your Wolverine story. This franchise, as I've said before, focuses a lot on Wolverine. And for his story to kind of be a major backdrop for this movie kind of kills the whole X-Men title and the sequel to come after it. Or, the prequel that comes after this is kind of fucking irrelevant because you've set all of this up already. It kind of takes things back that, oh, hey, the one person who has a vested interest with everything that's going on is Wolverine. But I'll get to that later. Maybe, maybe not. Just depends on how my anger kind of fuels me through this talking point. So you set up that Stryker is going to the president like, hey, I almost killed you. This is a school. They kind of got a jet under their basketball court. Huh? That's kind of weird. Okay, go do it. And then you basically get rid of Cyclops and Professor X like quickly while you send Storm and Jean to go find Nightcrawler.
War has begun.
You should have killed me when you had the chance!
because Professor X can't get a lock on him. Yeah. Then you have the attack on the Institute. Great visually, you know. You introduce, once again, more powers of the students. Never brought up again. Don't know why you would do that. That's just stupid to me. But then you have the escape. Some of the kids get kidnapped. Cyclops and Professor X get kidnapped going to visit Magneto. Magneto escapes. They go to Bobby's house, which plants more seeds for Pyro, saying that Bobby had himself a decent life in the family that loved him, so on and so forth. Then it also set up the mutant fear within his family when you do the whole brother thing. Okay, I'm having a hard. I said that I enjoyed this movie, but I'm having a hard time finding anything good to talk about. It's just, I can see why people say this is the best X-Men movie, because that's slim pickings in my book. But it's kind of the X-Men United title. It's, you know, the villains and they're the two opposing sides of the mutant agenda kind of come together. But when you think about it, it's a shit ton of X-Men and two people from the opposing side. I guess that's a unification. Because you don't really introduce anybody else for the radicalization of the side of the mutant agenda. It's still just, from the first movie to now, they just take away half the brotherhoods, or more than half of the brotherhoods membership, and then it's literally down to 2. Yeah. Fuck this movie. I'm sorry, but it's not a good movie. It's the most enjoyable that most enjoyment that I'm going to get out of watching these movies, because as you can see, it took me fucking 5 months to finish this movie. Legit, I watched this movie in shifts, just cause it's not good in my eyes at all. Okay, but so then you do your, you know, Stryker's bringing up his history with Xavier, with Wolverine. I get the new Cerebro that's gonna kill mutants, I guess. And then, okay, Lady Deathstrike is fucking stupid. Like, was she mutant? Did they somehow implant Wolverine's healing factor and the adamantium in her? Because, as we know, the claws for Wolverine were there already. Her fingernails, are they, like, there's some shit that they don't explain about Lady Deathstrike. I do like, okay, one of the things that I do like about it is the list of mutant names. That they throw on it, which to me was amazing. Just like, and then the interview with Hank McCoy, played by Steve Bosick from one of my favorite shows, Andromeda, was also a little treat for me too. And I was like, yeah. But we'll go to the climax. Cyclops, somehow evil, so he fights. And Jean's all like, Scott! And it takes her throwing him off of the thingy for him to get right mentally. Cyclops is totally underused. so far in the two movies I've reviewed. He's just, they just don't do shit with him. And it really hurts the movies for me, which I'll get to once I finish the first trilogy. But, so then they gotta save the kids. Wolverine goes off to find Stryker, which is stupid. Like, I gotta know who I am. Fuck all these people who might die. I gotta go find out my history, which is really selfish, and you lean on him for your movie, which I don't get. But hey, I did not write the movie. I had no say in the movie, but you do what you want. So then they do all that. Magneto has all the humans killed. They escape. Pyro joins them. Like, it was literally nothing interesting. They can't fly away. Jean was like, I got this. And Professor X, he couldn't have just not said shit, but he was all like, Jean. And then you pussify, you just, Cyclops' entire character in this series is his relationship with Jean. Which kind of pacifies him, because he's so much more than that. But that's what you lean on to make him be interesting. Jean becomes the Phoenix, which is stupid. But then this last scene when the president, like the beginning scene and the ending scene are what kind of make me enjoy this movie, because when you see, it's like, okay, and then Professor X basically stops time so they can have a talk with the president.
Good morning, Mr. President.
Thank you.
Mr. President, we're live in 5, 4, 3, 2.
My fellow Americans, in this time of adversity, we are being offered a moment to recognize a growing threat within our own population and take a unique role in the shape of human events.
Did we just lose the feed? Are we still live?
Mr. President. Please don't be alarmed. We're not going to harm anyone.
Who are you people?
We're mutants. My name is Charles Xavier. Please sit down.
I'd rather stand.
Rogue. These files were taken from the private offices of William Stryker.
How did you get this?
Well, let's just say I know a little girl who can walk through walls.
I've never seen this information.
I know.
Then you also know I don't respond well to threats.
Mr. President, this is not a threat. This is an opportunity. There are forces in this world, both mutant and human alike, who believe that a war is coming. You will see from those files that some have already tried to start one. And there have been casualties. Losses on both sides. Mr. President, what you are about to tell the world is true. This is a moment to repeat the mistakes of the past, or to work together for for a better future. We're here to stay, Mr. President. The next move is yours.
We'll be watching.
It was like, look, yeah, we can do some shit. Like, you really don't want to wage war against people who don't need weapons to fight you. Like, we just want to live our lives, so leave us the fuck alone. And then it goes, and then everybody's like, Mr. President. And I'm like, all right, that kind of, because it started off good. I was like, yeah. And then my emotions for it were just like fucking apathy. And then that scene kind of saves it for me, which is why I got some enjoyment out of this movie, whereas the first one I got literally none. Yeah, it's not a wholly good movie, as I've said multiple times. They lean hard on Wolverine, which is not going to change going forward until, I guess, First Class. But then it rears its head again. Yeah, so that's my review of X2, X-Men United. I'll try to get the X3 done before the 5-month process. No promises. But once again, I'm older brother Deconstruction and Bruce. Thanks for watching. See you next time.
I don't like uncomfortable silences.
What are you doing?